say at the start, I think I would want to acknowledge how we all appreciate how stressful this time has been for people as the start date of the Clean Air Zone has got closer. I know many people have been genuinely worried, and that's because it's been a really tough 2 years here for people, for businesses. Everyone is, of course, feeling the extra pressures on the cost of living this year. So it's been a hard start to the year, and then of course there's been all of the uncertainty around the Clean Air Zone. I always listen to people, and I always do my best to stand up for people. And that's why when I was hearing growing concerns about the Clean Air Zone in its current form last year, in the second half of last year, I commissioned new research to find out about changes and the ongoing problems in the vehicle market. It was becoming clearer to me that a CAZ designed pre-pandemic would not work post-pandemic. And when early this year the evidence emerged that confirmed that, I worked with Councillor Andrew Weston, who has led on Clean Air for Greater Manchester, in asking the Joint Clean Air Committee, which Andrew chairs, to consider the new evidence that had emerged. And we both proposed to the committee that they refer the whole issue back to the government, as it had clearly gone beyond Greater Manchester's ability to resolve. We've always said to the government that we've been prepared to work in good faith to tackle an issue which we both want to tackle. But from our point of view, we could no longer solve the issues that were being presented to us. On the back of that referral by the committee, I met the Secretary of State and Minister Joe Churchill in Westminster last week. And on behalf of the 10 councils, I asked them to lift the current ministerial direction on the 10 Greater Manchester councils. It is the nature of that direction, with an end date of 2024, that dictates the nature of the current unworkable scheme. And you may remember that this week I expanded on that and said that the longer that we could have to achieve compliance in a new legal direction, the better we would be able to protect the jobs, livelihoods and businesses of our residents. It was very much appreciated that today Minister Churchill came up to Greater Manchester to continue those discussions, and we had what you might call robust or constructive discussions with the Minister here in Manchester this morning. And we are pleased to say we've made an agreement with the government that they will remove the current direction and issue a new one with an end date of 2026. This will allow us now to develop a clean air zone scheme that will clean up the air in the shortest possible time, but in a fairer way than the current existing scheme. So I would like to thank Minister Churchill and indeed the government for working with us in this way to solve a complex issue that can't be left as it is because of the uncertainty that it's creating for people. And it was really important actually just to come together today, sit around the table and work this out. But I'd also like to thank Councillor Andrew Weston for the leadership he has provided to Greater Manchester on this issue and has brought us to this point today, which is a much better point than we've been in for some time. So on that note, I'm now going to hand over to Andrew to give you the contents of the joint statement we're issuing with the government, but also obviously for his thoughts too. Andrew.
Afternoon everybody. I'll start by just sharing the text of the joint statement, which I know that you have seen, but just for clarity. So this is a joint statement from Andy, myself and from Joe Churchill, who is the Parliamentary Under Secretary of State at DEFRA. We met last week and have had further robust and constructive discussions today to find a solution. Air quality is one of our biggest health challenges, and we are all completely committed to tackling it. We have agreed to a short, time-limited pause. We will work together to deliver, by the middle of the year, a plan for clean air for Greater Manchester, one that is fair to the businesses and residents of the city region. We will deliver improved air quality as soon as possible, not losing ambition, but ensuring that we take into account the pandemic, global supply chain challenges, improvements already baked into retrofits, and the scope as previously laid out. We will now work jointly to meet the Greater Manchester and government requirements on clean air as soon as possible and no later than 2026. That's the end of the statement, and I think I'd just add that we really do welcome, as Andy said, the very constructive discussions that we had with Minister Churchill this morning. It is a significant step forward to us and for us, and we are absolutely clear that having reached a point by which we all acknowledge that 2024 was unworkable because of those changes in the global supply chain, that we wanted more time from government to come up with the best way forward. They have now told us that they will go as far as 2026, and we will begin the work in the coming months to come up with a scheme that will meet that deadline and that ambition. And that's all I think I need to say, Andy. Thank you.